Margaret Ward wrote an article with Business Insider talking about the top 5 best countries to raise kids in and top 5 worst countries to raise kids in. Based on 1,000 markers, apparently, is what she came up with. And, you're going to be surprised on who's on the top 5 worst list. But let's go through it. Here's some of the things that scored off on the what places to raise your kids in. One is safety, homicide rate, number of school shootings per capita. The other one is cost, percentage of net income that goes towards child care costs, out-of-pocket health care costs. Then it's happiness, World Happiness Report Survey, inequality score in the GINI index ranked by the World Bank. Then it's health, maternal mortality rate, share of population exposed to air pollution above World Health Organization limits. Then it's education. Then it's time, meaning average hours adults work per day as collected by the OECD, paid maternity and paternity leave, okay? So these are the markers she got it based off of. Here's the top 5 best countries to raise kids in. Number 5 is Luxembourg. Number 4 is Finland. Number 3 is Sweden. Number 2 is Norway. Shout out to Kai's family. His parents did a great job. And number 1 is Iceland. Iceland, Josh. So, Adam, if you're looking to raise your family, you may want to consider Iceland.
I'm looking there. Okay? I'm looking very heavily.
Top 5
Florida
worst.
Or Iceland, my top 2 choices.
Top 5 worst. You ready? Top 5 worst. Number 5 is Bulgaria. Number 4 is Turkey, okay? Number 3 is Chile. Number 2, you ready for this? United States is the second worst place to raise kids, according to Margaret Ward. And number 1 is Mexico. Mexico is the worst place to raise kids. So you got to realize when I get articles like this and I read them, it really makes me laugh and ask if Margaret Ward has ever lived in any other place. And many times when you do data like this, you can choose any data you want to have something work in your favor. You can pull a data out. And at the same time, if somebody's bringing data and using World Health Organization to say whatever, while the credibility of World Health Organization has been shot, what do you think about somebody writing an article saying U.S. is the second worst country in the world to raise kids in?
This is, I don't have kids, so I'm just speaking as just like
what
a
do you
dude
think about
without
it,
kids. But I do have an opinion on this.
Tell us.
But Josh has 16 kids. Well, dude, what's it been like raising all those kids? Tell me about it.
Let me tell you why I raised my kids in America and why Margaret is the single-handedly stupidest person on the face of the earth. Look, Pat.
Josh, don't get all. Come on.
Try not to hold back, Josh.
You want to know why America's great? It's our Constitution. It's our freedom. It's our people. It's our land. It's our economy. This is what makes our country greater. Let me just ask Kai back here. Is Norway having to build a wall around it to keep people out? Are people trying to illegally immigrate to Norway by the millions and millions and millions? Is it called the Norway Dream? Now, no offense to Norway. I'm sure we got a lot of great people there. But people are trying to come to America because America is the hotbed of innovation. It's a place that you can chase your dream. It's the place that you can wake up every single morning and know that you are free. It's the place that you can know that should somebody try to take away your constitutional rights, that you can get on the phone, that you can call a policeman, or even better yet, that you can pull out a shotgun and blow them away. This is what makes America great.
That's probably the problem, Josh.
Here's the deal.
That last sentence is probably the problem.
That
we're having here.
If you don't
like what I gotta say, I got a shotgun with your name on it, buddy.
If you've never lived in Mexico, if you've never lived in some of these other countries, I had the opportunity to live in Mexico for a little over 10 months. Some of the greatest times, some of the greatest people, some of the most beautiful, wonderful, humble, and absolutely incredible food. There's nothing like a nice carne asada taco at about 2 a.m. with a nice Pepsi. Okay, or Coke.
Why are you up that late, dude? You got to be up at 4 a.m. What are you doing up that late?
My question is this, though.
Bath.
Yeah. My long hot bath in the morning. People in Mexico and third world countries and other places live in constant fear of the ruling class. There is a huge disparity between the people, the bottom people, and the people at the top. There's caste systems. There's all the, if you want to talk about equality, for all of these jackasses that constantly want to talk about there's no fairness in America, and these are nothing but spoiled little brats, because if you want to go to another country, you're going to find that there is no equality like there is is in America. This is the fairest game in the world, and we actually have a constitution that protects people. So guess what? My 6 beautiful kids get to get raised in a free country, have an opportunity to become entrepreneurs, have an opportunity to choose what they do, and even choose who they marry in their life. Because in other countries, guess what? You don't even choose that. In fact, over in China, okay, the horrible place, if you're even a girl, the chances of you getting slaughtered even after you're born, aborted or slaughtered after you're born because you're born the wrong sex, like, dude, America is a beautiful place. And the fact that she would put that on it, like, we should ship her to another country. Trump should revoke her citizenship. And honestly, people should stop reading that flippin' idiot's work.
Damn.
Shout out to Margaret Ward.
Yeah, shout out.
By the way, just so you know who she is, this is who she is. You can always tell a person within 5 seconds of watching and looking at their Twitter profile. Here's the description: covering better capitalism and diversity and inclusion. These are key words in the workplace. Business Insider, previous Today Show, CNBC, World Policy. Views are my own, right? And her last thing she retweeted was from Joe Biden. I have a great honor to announce that I've picked Kamala Harris. And then she's retweeted a bunch of stuff about BLM, antitrust, anti-child care, all this stuff. Not anti-child care, child care, inequality, all these things. So, which means...
Is this her?
No, this is her. That's definitely not her. It's her right here, okay?
Josh, you got a shotgun with your name on it there, Marty.
So here's the thing. By the way, the thing that concerns me, that I'm seeing a lot in journalism, man, why are people looking for so many reasons to say that America sucks? Where's the pride in who you are? Like, let me put it to you this way. People ask me a question. They say, what the hell are you? I said, look, there's 5 nationalities and cultures and countries that mean a lot to me. Assyrian, because my dad's Assyrian. I'm a proud Assyrian. Okay, Armenian, because my mom's Armenian, Bogosian. I'm a proud Armenian. So I had somebody from DC the other day, that Aram Hamparian, shout out to him. He came and spoke about what's going on between Armenia and Azerbaijan. And he talked about Armenian genocide, which, by the way, if you guys got somebody you want me to bring on from Azerbaijan, I'd love to be able to interview with that person as well to give their perspective. But I'm Assyrian. I'm Armenian. I was born in Iran. So if you look at the painting, who do you see in the middle? It's Shah. Because emotionally, that's where I was born, 10 years. I lived in Germany for 2 years at a refugee camp. I had a great time in Germany. I love Germany. To me, they treated me very well. And in America, these 5 things matter to me. I have a very hard time. You know how they say if you sit with somebody and you interview them, okay? And after working with somebody for a month, 2 months, 3 months, 6 months, 12 months, if they always complain about people in the past that screwed them over, there's one problem there. Why are you always getting screwed over? That means I'm the next person you're going to tell the world that screwed you over. I don't know if that made sense or not.
Yeah, of course.
So if I'm dating you and you say, your boyfriend sucked, your boyfriend sucked, your boyfriend sucked. When my wife and I dated each other, guess what she said about her exes? They were actually good guys.
Yeah.
Situation, I'm like, oh, cool. So it wasn't like, oh, he sucked, oh, he did something. Because it's like, I'm next if that happens, right? So I hire somebody and I decided to do an investment deal. Oh, let me tell you this guy. I'm like, oh, this deal doesn't go right. He's going to go around saying this. So you got to be careful with this guy and keep it very close because this shit, it could hit the fan very, very quickly, right? So when you are somebody that went to a university provided by America, you got your education here. You've done all this other stuff here. America's taking care of you. You can get out there and write an article like this, and you say America's the second worst country in the world to raise kids. How did you become who you became in a world today when many different countries a woman cannot have a voice? And in America, no one looks at it like that. I have more women working in my company. In here at the office, when you go look at it, what nationality do you see the most?
A lot of black women.
How many black people you see working here?
Probably 60%.
60%. Like, it's not like we sit there and we discriminate. This is America. The CEO is from Iran. My CDO is from Philippines. So I have when you and I were speaking, I said, so where are you from? You said, well, I'm from, your father's Jewish, right? Okay. Yeah. And you start talking about the experiences. But you still went to Israel. You still represent being a Jew. Maybe you're not as religious and all that other stuff, but you respect it. Yeah. There's got to be a level of that. So I love the fact that Kai defends Norway. I love the fact that Ricky Aguilar defends Michoacan. I love the fact that George Palau defends Cuba and Puerto Rico. I love the fact when I see people that I'm working with defend Hood. I love the fact that when I see people I'm working with talking about great capitalists who were African Americans. I love the fact that there is that. I have a very hard time respecting people who take shots at their own country, what it was founded on. So this kind of data that comes out, here's what happens. The real question about this kind of data that she wrote here, the article that came out yesterday, here's a question. How many people does it convert?